Test your knowledge with 20 questions about steam locomotives and railroad history. Let's go.
Question 1. Who is credited with building the first successful steam locomotive in 1804? That's right, Richard Trevithick. Richard Trevithick created the first successful steam locomotive at the Penydarren Iron Works in Wales. Question 2. What is the name of George Stephenson's famous locomotive that won the Rainhill Trials in 1829? That's right, the Rocket. The Rocket, built by George and Robert Stephenson, won the Rainhill Trials in 1829 and proved steam was viable for railways. Question 3. What is the wheel arrangement of this locomotive? That's right, this is a 280, known as a consolidation type. The first one was built in 1866 for the Lehigh Valley Railroad. Question 4. Which country operated the most steam locomotives at the height of steam railroading? That's right, United States. The United States had the largest fleet of steam locomotives at its peak, serving a vast railway network. Question 5. In what decade were steam locomotives largely retired from regular service in the United States? That's right, 1950s to 1960s. Most U.S. railroads phased out steam by the late 1950s, with a few running into the early 1960s. Question 6. What is the function of the firebox in a steam locomotive? That's right, the firebox burns fuel to heat water into steam. The firebox is where coal, wood, or oil is burned to heat the boiler water into steam. Question 7. How is boiler pressure measured? That's right, locomotive boiler pressure is generally measured at pounds per square inch or psi. Question 8. What is the purpose of a superheater in a steam locomotive? That's right, increases steam temperature for efficiency. A superheater increases steam temperature, making it drier and more efficient.
Please take a moment to hit the like and subscribe buttons so that we can bring you more fun quiz games. Thank you. Now on with the quiz.
Question 9. What does the Johnson bar control? That's right, valve gear cutoff and direction of travel. The Johnson bar, a reverser, controls the valve gear to set direction and adjust steam cutoff for efficiency. Question 10. What type of valve gear does this locomotive have? That's right, Walschaerts was invented by Belgian railway engineer Egede Walschaerts in 1844. Question 11. What is the name of the world's fastest steam locomotive, which reached 126 miles per hour in 1938? That's right, LNER Class A4 Mallard reached 126 miles per hour in 1938. Setting the world steam speed record that still stands today. Question 12. What was the nickname of the Union Pacific 4884 locomotives? That's right, Big Boy. The Union Pacific 4884 locomotives were nicknamed Big Boy, among the largest ever built. Question 13. What British locomotive is often considered the first to achieve scheduled passenger service? That's right, Locomotion No. 1, built by George Stephenson, hauled the first passenger railway service in 1825 on the Stockton and Darlington Railway. Question 14. What are the names of the 3 locomotives involved in the Great Locomotive Chase of 1862? That's right. On April 12, 1862, James Andrews and his raiders stole the General at Big Shanty, and were chased by William Fuller on the Yonah and later the Texas. Question 15. Which famous steam locomotive pulled the funeral train of President Abraham Lincoln in 1865?
That's right, the Nashville. The Lincoln funeral train was pulled by several locomotives, but the Nashville is most famously associated with the journey.
Question 16. What is the job title of the crew member who is in charge of the boiler and maintaining steam pressure?
That's right, the fireman's job is to maintain adequate steam pressure and water in the boiler at all times.
Question 17. What innovation allowed steam locomotives to operate more easily on curves?
That's right, the pilot truck or leading truck allowed locomotives to better handle curves at higher speeds by guiding the front of the locomotive.
Question 18. What type of locomotive is this?
That's right, the Willamette locomotive was very similar to a Shay, but had many differences, as the company that made them intended on making an improved Shay.
Question 19. What record did this locomotive set on May 10, 1893?
That's right, Locomotive 999 of the New York Central Railroad achieved a speed record of 112.5 miles per hour while hauling the Empire State Express passenger train. The speed was achieved during a run between Batavia and Buffalo, New York. It was a significant achievement for steam locomotive technology at the time.
Question 20. What does the term double heading mean in steam locomotive operations?
That's right, 2 locomotives at the front pulling together. Double heading is when 2 locomotives run at the front of the train to provide additional power.
Thank you for playing. Let us know how you did in the comments below. Please like and subscribe for more fun quiz games.